and I'm the student of DPREFL, and we are here to spend some time with our respected teacher as well, Sir Safdar Bhatti Sahib, and it's my pleasure to call him here for his marvelous and fabulous effort which he has put together for his lecture on language skill. So I will not wait, and as well as you, so please I just call our respected sir here to please come here and start his language skill lecture. Thank you so much.
Welcome, my dear students. I warmly welcome you all in the second assignment presentation workshop. So, we all are the English language teachers. So today I just want to give you an insight what the language is, what is the language teaching. I really appreciate all of you, especially Mr. Nadeem and Noshaba for their efforts. I'm really happy with them. I also cordially congratulate all of you for your successful completion of first semester, and that is a great satisfaction for me that you have got excellent grades. So let's start. My today's topic is the fundamentals of language skills. Okay. I think this should be moved over here. Okay, my dear, you will have to get to clarify what is language and what is its importance, what are the language skills, how do they work, and what is the globalization of this English language. And that will be the exchange of your experiences and ideas. Clear? Would you please share with me what is language? Anyone of you? Yeah. Yes, hello.
Language is a way of communication. It is a way of expressing the ideas and thoughts.
Good. And any other? My dear, language is a social activity used to communicate with others. Right? It is a way to convey our feelings, emotions, thoughts, beliefs, and knowledge. It makes the interaction of the people of a community easy and possible. It reflects the social values, religion, physical environment, and culture of a society. And it definitely shapes our identity and relieves who we are. Clear? It is also used to express our identity. It encompasses all forms of expressions. Animals and birds also communicate in their own way. And we are lucky enough that God has gifted us with this language. So, if we say we know a language, what does it mean? Grammatical competence, communicative competence, and language proficiency. This is called if we say someone is having good command over language. Now please look at the characteristics of a language, what they are. First one is function and form, how language works. And second one, language and thought. Okay, language as a mental phenomenon, right? And language as a social phenomenon, how the society works. And language both personal and socio-cultural. Language, ideology and thought, ethnic and national identity. Language as a system of systems. My dear, these are the basic characteristics of a language. Lemberg's opine, basically we are genetically programmed to talk, so there is a regular series of milestones. And he has verified through that a child starts crying, that is by birth, and crowing within 6 weeks, and babbling 6 months. Intonation patterns, 8 months. One word utterances, 1 year. 2 word utterances, 18 months. Word inflections, endings, it takes them 2 years to a child. Question and negatives, 2.5 years. Real or complex structures, 5 years. And mature speech, a child masters over that is 10 years. No. Would you please tell me, what is the importance of language? Why the language is important? Would you please share your experiences? Please come over here. Come over here. Yes.
So in order to communicate with one another, human beings need some source, something. That is why they communicate with the help of language. They use their words to communicate with one another.
Okay, fine. My dear, importance of language can be looked over here. It comes next to food. Right? And it is God's special gift to mankind. It is a maker or breaker of human relationships. It is through your language that you are attached, how much you are attached with someone. Use of language makes the life bitter or sweet. It is due to language. So always take care of your language. It makes us different from animals. It is the basis of human progress. Right? And it is the flesh and blood of human culture. It is the means of social control. And it is also a social process which makes social interaction. That is our personal identity. That he is having good command on the language. It means that is our personal identity. And the regional identity. From which region we are belonging. And your national identity. And moreover, your religion. From which religion you are. We are being Muslim, say Assalamu alaikum. Rather than we don't say good morning and good evening and so and so. And professional. Most important, it is also your professional identity. Let's suppose we are the English teachers but not having the command over this language. What does it mean? We are not giving that the professional identity. The doctors may use their different language, the lawyers may use their different language, right? And geographical, boy and girl, that is totally different. And your social identity, with whom we are very close. We greet them in different ways, right? Of A.G. Jimson is a well-known educationist. He said, if you want to have a command over any language, you should have the command 100% over your accent or pronunciation, 90% over your grammar, and just 10% over vocabulary. Right? What is accent? Look at here, that is important feature of a language. It shows which country or area a person comes from. American accent, British accent, and Pakistani, which is having many accents. Clear? And the grammar. As Nadeem was saying, grammar is basically, that is the map. It is like a skeleton. It works a lot. Because first language is you just acquired. For the learning of second language, you will have to learn or have command over your grammar. It is a map of language for the language learners. No language can be learned without the support of grammar rules. It is like a skeleton, which everything is kept. Essay writing, story writing, letter writing, everything. It is the backbone of a language. It works like a pillar. Knowledge of grammar is useful for the foreign language learning. Is it okay? Is it clear? Okay, next. My dear, next is the vocabulary. It is the soul and essence of language. It is a stock of words used in a language. In speaking and writing, 3,000 to 3,500 words are used. Very important. While for reading, 7,000 words are needed. And words are the instruments and tools of thoughts. English is a rich language, having more than 5 lakh words. My dear, language learning sources. From which sources we have to learn the language? Most important is interaction. And the second one is society based. First one is interaction based. Interaction with your learning material, whatever the learning material, my dear, you are having, like textbook, like other sources, and the interaction with your mentor, your teacher, your seniors, and the student fellows. If you are interacting with them, you will be able to learn more and more language. And that's why it is suggested for the students. The more you listen, the more you speak. You will have to listen. You will have to watch some BBC and some English movies. And the access to learning resources, different sites, you will have to a good access over there. Okay, no. That was the I have given you about that was basically the knowledge about what is language and what are they. Why we are talking about all the word we are changing English language. Why English language? What is the globalization of English language? Would you please tell me why we are everyone we want to learn English? Why it is important? Yeah.
It is an international language, that's why we use English.
And sir, most of the, we can say, literature or the knowledge, it is converted into English. It has been translated into English.
So because the English become now lingua franca,
Good.
and over 267 millions of people, beside the native speakers, are trying to read English, are trying to learn English for their progress or to meet the international markets as well, and in the field of education and as well as in the field of economics.
Good. Yes, you Nadeem?
It's a language of air communication, business, language of United Nations.
Good. Fine.
These are all these sectors.
Yes.
Language of diplomacy.
Yeah. Yes, you.
The language of the science and technology, language of the business communication, language of the commerce.
Fine. Yes, you. Good. My dear, why English is important? And we English teachers are having prestige in every institute. English teachers are welcomed, and they are given I think some more prestige. Am I right? So English is important because it is the language of international communication. The world has shrunk due to the globalization of this world. It has become a global village. So we'll have to interact with the world. It is an international language. And it is also the language of science and technology. All the latest, I think, inventions, whatever you say, inventions are in that language. And it is the language of computers and language of higher education, right? And language of higher examination, like CSS. If you want to entertain yourself, if you want to change yourself, you will have to. It is also the language of world diplomacy. All the diplomats, they also use this language. And language of commerce and industry, and a rich storehouse of literature. Everywhere. Even we are doing, in Pakistan, we are having the books from early stage too. They are literature based. Even in English, that is literature based. And cultural value of English. English is also having cultural value and also the market value. No. That was the importance of English. Would you please tell me what are the aims of teaching English in Pakistan? Yes.
To make students able to communicate with the world, because it's an international language, and without knowing this language, none of our students can communicate the world.
Which means to
Fine.
meet all these challenges in this world, so we teach students English language.
Okay. Look at here. My dear, teaching English in Pakistan, it is having just fourfold aims. The first one is listening comprehension. You will have to train your students, their ear training. And the second one is reading comprehension. Second one is reading comprehension. And the third one is speaking ability. And the fourth one, writing ability. You will have to enable your students that they should be able to speak and write well. Now I would like to give you, how many language skills are? 4, definitely. The first one, tell me with the sequence. The first one is listening. Second one? No. Second one is reading. And the third one? Speaking. And the fourth one is writing. Look at this. Listening and reading are receptive skills, and they are included in input. In the form of listening and reading, you are just giving the input to your students. But speaking and writing are productive function, or in any organization. Without this communication, you will not be able to get, affinity, closeness or close affinity with your, co-workers. Students can take a higher level of English in the receptive skills. Which are the receptive skills? Listening and reading. They can get the higher level of English in reading and listening. Then the productive skills. Because with the passage of time, they will definitely commit some errors and mistakes. Yes. Now comes the speaking skills. Because listening and speaking go hand in hand. And speaking comes after listening. And it is an encoding activity. Right? Conveying the message through the words of mouth. That is called speaking. What is speaking? What is speaking? Conveying the message through the words of mouth. A language is what we speak, not what we write, what we read. It is the basic necessity of human beings. Without speaking, you cannot survive. If you are sitting, you need water. You are not telling me what do you need, what will happen with you. You know it very well. So, with the help of your tongue, you have to tell your necessities. Without it, we can't get proper place in society. Right? And every speaker needs a listener. Very important. If I am speaking, if you had not been sitting over there, what value of this speaking was? So I need we will have to make the lectures in such a way that they must be interactive one. And we should repeat new words and structures several times. We should speak clearly being a teacher. We should improve our own standard of English. Being a teacher, you will have to improve your own English. And definitely, whatever you will be uttering, the students will copy you. So you will have to take care of your pronunciation and accent. So we should focus on good oral proficiency in using English in our daily life. That is very important. And no conscious effort is required in learning speaking. Speaking comes automatically. Because writing is taught and speaking is caught. If you are making your students listen, definitely they will learn it very easily. So the better teaching methods, I'm just giving you some clues. Better teaching methods and the standardized syllabus, the use of abbreviates and teacher training program. Very important. Can improve the oral proficiency of your students. Is it clear? No. Would you please tell me what is reading skills? What is reading? What comes in your mind? Yes.
Read the printed material.
Anyone of you, my respected students, please help me out.
So to gain knowledge, we just put our efforts on something to gain knowledge.
Yes.
Not only read printed material but also comprehend it. Comprehension and reading. If you can read the printed material and comprehend it, you have the reading skill. If you cannot comprehend it, then it is not a reading skill, just a parroting.
Right. Fine. Reading is of great value and importance. It means the process by which we make sense of the text, particular text. That is called your reading. Looking at the written words and understanding the message, what that is written, what it is indicating, what is the hidden meaning of the particular message, this particular word. And it is the understanding of written words. How well you understand, to get to know the tone of that word. It is a receptive skill, as I have earlier told you, and it is decoding a message. It is recognizing the letters of alphabet and then comprehension, as you were saying. First recognize the alphabet and then comprehend. According to Bacon, reading makes the full man. Clear? A man who can't read is like a blind person who can't see the knowledge in written form. All the books and the newspapers, they are in written form. And I think through books, we can visit the whole world. What is happening around us. And books speak and console us, definitely. But it is possible only when we can read them. So with the help of reading, we can keep in touch with national and international affairs. It's the source of recreation and self-education. With eye span, it widens it. And learning reading is purely a conscious process. It is a conscious process. It is something to be achieved through constant efforts. Read and read and read, and with the passage of time, you will have a good command over your reading skills. And the students who are weak in reading can't write well. There are 4 types of reading. My dear, first one is skimming. Getting the gist of the text. Scanning. Locating the place of something. Intensive reading. Close and deep reading. Extensive reading. Reading for pleasure. Right? These are some techniques to become a good reader. First one is reading in chunks. What does it mean? Yeah. Reading in chunks, yes.
Yeah, when you are reading, you should focus not on single word, but in 4 to 5 words in chunks.
To guess the meaning of unfamiliar words. To understand their meaning. Just to guess that meaning. This is called silent reading. And then comes previewing. What does it mean? Previewing, as the name is, as the word is. On the book, before reading, there is written science book. You just preview. Which book is this? English book, mathematics book. Anticipation. What does it mean? What comes next? What will be the next one? Next point. And prediction. Just read at global level. And variation in style and speed. My dear, you will have to teach your students to be flexible in their style and speed. You will have to teach them this thing. So these are the 7 main points, 7 techniques. On the behalf of that, you can train your students well. Robinson had introduced in 1961 SQ3R method. My dear, S stands for survey. You will have to survey that particular material. Q stands for questions. Whatever you had gone through, you will have to just review that. You will have to get the gist of that. Now, would you please tell me what is writing skills? That is the last one. There's 5 to 10 minutes. To produce?
Marks written on the paper.
Yes, anyone? Okay, anyone of you?
Sir, to convey your message while writing.
Or especially on the paper, the written form.
Yes.
Compose your ideas in a comprehensible way.
Okay, very good, fine. Yes, see. My dear, it is purely human action. It is a productive skill. It is the last one. It means conveying the message through the symbols written on a piece of paper. This is called your writing. According to Bell, writing is a tool used to express what is in our mind. That's why we say the essay writing. We will have to check what is going on in your mind. It reflects your mind. And whatever the input we have given. Is it clear? For transferring of knowledge and the getting of knowledge, both are in written form. Education is continued through writing. From class 1 to up to your master's and PhD level, that is in writing. But writing makes you an exact man, and reading makes you full man. All the books are in written form. That's why it is said that men die, but not the books. So our examination system is also based on the writing system, on the writing skills, and it is due to writing that we are having the know-how of our ancestors. What were their experiences? What was their culture? What was their religion? If we want to read the history of any civilization, we need the writing skill. If we want to write down something, to make our efforts history or to give it a victory, is it clear? So you will need the help of writing skill. Human beings express their, no doubt, we are having the full command over all the 4 skills, but you need to be a tactful. A stands for apologize quickly when you blunder. C stands for converse, not compete. T stands for any question?
Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Time, yeah, fine, everything is good.